Hey guys, Brett Weiss here. Welcome to another video. I'm at Arcade 92 in Flower Mound, Texas, which is near Dallas and which is near Grapevine Lake. Now I'm here for the Dallas Retro Gamers meetup. But before we go inside, we're going to check out the lake real quick because it's just right down the road. So you can come here, play some arcade games, go do some hiking at the lake, and then come back, play some more, have a drink, whatever. So I just thought you guys might want to come along with me today to the DRG meetup and to the lake. We're gonna have some fun today, guys. Thanks for watching. You just go behind the arcade and there's a nice green belt and you can just take the path to the lake. It's less than a mile away. Really cool. So there's the back of the arcade, and then you just come around through here by these apartments and you just keep going. All right, guys, we are getting closer to the lake. Here's the entryway. There's a lot of hiking, and it's a beautiful lake. And guys, at the Dallas Retro Gamers meetup, Gamers meetup, which we'll get to in just a minute, they are going to have a swap meet. So we will check that out, and we'll see if I get any pickups. It is a gorgeous spring day in North Texas. Blue skies, and we're almost to the water. All right, guys, we won't spend too much time out here because I know you want to get to the games, but it's just such a gorgeous day, and it's so cool that the arcade is so near the lake. You guys know that I love me some hiking, some basketball, outdoor activities as much as I do gaming. So I just thought I would, for any of you that are ever at Arcade 92 in Flower Mound, and if you're at Grapevine Lake and want to go to the arcade. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys just the close proximity of this arcade and just how neat it is that you can, two of my favorite hobbies I can knock out in one afternoon: hiking and arcading. And yeah, we're going to show you the arcade here in a little bit, and hopefully I'll find some pickups. They usually have some pretty good little swap meets at this Dallas Retro Gamers meetups. And across the way there, you can see the other side of the lake. A few boats out today. What a gorgeous afternoon. All right, guys, let's get to Arcade 92. One more thing, guys. This is a nicer vantage point up here. There's some little condos in the background there. And there's a hotel in the background. It's the Great Wolf Lodge or the Gaylord Texan. Not sure which. You can let me know in the comments if you're a DFW kind of guy or gal. Anyway, pretty nice afternoon. Guys, we hiked for over 3.5 miles, so I'm tired. And it's pretty warm today, so stopped and got me a veggie, carrot, kale, dream smoothie. Very healthy, obviously, but surprisingly good. This is the thing I order all the time when I go to Smoothie King. Love me some Smoothie King. It's delicious. Some people think maybe it's the McDonald's of smoothies since it's so common on every corner, but it's the best smoothies I've ever had. I've been to a lot of different independent smoothie places, but Smoothie King is indeed king. Veggie, carrot, kale, dream. Delish. All right, enough of this smoothie and lake stuff. Let's hit the arcade. Guys, the arcade is hopping tonight. Not only is it the DRG meetup, but it's Saturday when they're really busy. And looks like Ryan is already over here playing Star Wars. Excellent. Hey, it's Gary Lichman playing Gorf. One of my favorites from back in the day. I remember playing this at Treasure City. They had one out in the lobby of the store that was kind of like Target back in the day called Treasure City. It's a great fixed screen shooter that borrows from Space Invaders and some others. Awesome. Ryan is killing it on Dungeons and Dragons: The Tyrant's Eye. He just passed 300 million. Definitely eclipsed my high score. And this is my machine. I love this game. Well, it's not my machine, but it's my favorite current pinball. And Ryan is crushing it. The dude has become quite the pinball wizard, like I used to be when I was a young man. And he ended up with over 325 million. Nicely done. My high score is 243 million. Ah. All right, guys, we're gonna head over to the party room, which is the buy-sell trade room on this wonderful evening. All right, guys, Magdiel Ventura is here, buying, selling, and trading. He's got some cool stuff here, including some old VHS tapes. Guys, remember Space 1999? I Love Lucy. I remember the Columbia House. Yeah.
Yeah, like he has like.
Right. Very cool. Got a box of inexpensive games here. And we got some Weiss. Hey, what's that Intellivision game doing there? Get that out of here. Little Sega CD, boy, just all kinds of stuff here, including some Atari. So, Magdiel, I got to ask you, how was RetroFest this year?
We did good, you know, thanks to everybody who showed up. We had the most attendance we've had in all the years that we've had. So.
And was this the 10th or 11th year? 11 years of RetroFest in Fort Worth. Magdiel founded it, owns it, runs it. It's the biggest crowd you've ever had.
Yeah, we're thinking of setting up for November.
Whoa!
But it'll be like a more scaled down show.
Okay.
It'll be called like RetroFest Community Day.
Oh, okay.
So you can kind of get the community together and get ready for our March show for the next one. So
nice.
It'll be like a day of community, more laid back show. So I think that's in the works right now. So
sounds great, man. Well, great to see you out here. Always good to see you, man.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
And congrats on an excellent year for your show.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
And we've also got some brand new Switch games here, factory sealed Switch stuff, along with some PS4. Pretty cool. Didn't know they would have sealed games out here. Modern stuff. You never know, man. Atari Mania. I've never heard of this one. It's a new, kind of an odd-looking Atari game. Let me know in the comments what that one's all about. PS5, Ryan, you see anything you like?
I've never heard of this one.
Terminator Resistance, Enhanced. Huh. Like me some Terminator for sure. This one has like an NES vibe. Pinkman Plus. It's like an old NES black box title. Never played that one. Hey James, how you doing, man?
Doing good, thanks.
Good. I love your T-shirt, and you've actually got some Atari stuff here. That's awesome. I remember when people were practically just giving away Atari computers and Commodore 64 computers in the 90s. And you could see them at thrift stores and everything. And I noticed you've got a lot of stuff with the electronic discount sales sticker on there.
Yeah, one of my favorite places to go back in the day.
Did you go to the one in Irving and Arlington, or just Arlington?
I did not know there was one in Irving.
There was one in Irving that I discovered that I went to every once in a while, but the one in Arlington was better. They had tons of games and electronic parts, super cheap.
Yep.
What was the best thing you ever got out of there?
Oh, wow. I used to source old hard drives that I used to make controllers to play MAME Tempest on MAME with.
Excellent, man.
Plans on the video game controller site back in the day.
Probably got them cheap, huh?
Like $5 a piece. They were old dead hard drives, the 20 gig or smaller size.
Nice. All right, you got some 7800 stuff here too, including some sealed.
Sealed, all from EDS pretty much.
Yeah, electronic discount sales, legendary store in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Nice. I love the two-player mode on Asteroids on the 7800. Beam Rider's a great shooter. Got more Atari here, including Spike's Peak. That's a tough one to find. Journey. I really like the Journey Atari game and the arcade version. I think both of those games are really underrated. And the Blue Label Pitfall, that was pretty unusual. 2600 Donkey Kong, programmed by one Gary Kitchen. Haunted House, some people call this the world's first survival horror game. Ooh, and you've got Arkanoid with the hard-to-find Vouse controller. Voss or Vouse? I don't remember. I don't know what you call that. But anyway, it's their. Where they missed the boat. That controller is only good for that one game.
That's it.
They really missed the boat. They should have made more ball and paddle games to use that controller. Anyway, thanks a lot, man. Enjoy. You bet. And we got some more variety of stuff over here, including some Genesis games. Nice. Columns 3. Love that puzzler. Let me know in the comments if you're a Columns person or a Tetris person. I happen to love both. Sonic 1 and 2. Some more PS4 stuff. I have a PS4. I should add to my collection. Ooh, Tekken 7. I'm gonna have to ask how much that one is. How much is Tekken 7? Long box cane. Those are getting pretty tough to find. $10 for Tekken 7. That's a bargain. Cool. Might have to get that one. Bust a Move 4. Nice. That's a fun puzzler. Love that game. Ooh, got some NES, including Willow. I remember seeing Willow in the theater, the movie, and pretty decent RPG for the NES. Street Fighter 2 Turbo, a game that my wife and I had to stop playing because we got too competitive. But you know, with Clay Fighter, that was a more laid-back fighter, and that one didn't cause any stress. Battletoads Double Dragon, that's a tough one. Kind of a tough one to find these days. And a Famicom controller. Cool. Looks like we got some wheeling and dealing going here. See what we got here. Mickey Mania, great game on the Sega CD. Love that one.
Yeah, my friend is gonna want it.
Return to Monkey Island on the Switch, like a big box computer game for the Switch. Pretty cool.
My friend's gonna want it. That's good. He wants it. Yeah, just like no one's gonna buy it.
3DO game. Boy, there's a variety of stuff here at the old DRG swap meet. Pretty cool.
My friend will take it.
All right, I'm gonna let them get to it, and I'm gonna go back to the arcade here. Playing some X-Men now. One of the newer Stern machines. And to me, this game feels a lot like High Speed, like it should be a sequel, because it's got a lot of ramps and it's really fast. The ball goes really fast up the ramps, but it's a really fun game. And Ryan, as usual, is killing it. All right, guys, we're here with Chris and Cherie. Now, you guys are sort of the face of DRG, Dallas Retro Gamers. Tell me your involvement. Chris, who founded this anyway?
I founded Dallas Retro Gamers probably April. This is what, 10 years now?
Yeah.
10-year anniversary.
10-year anniversary. Late March, early April. I don't exactly remember.
Uh-huh.
It's been a decade. So yeah, we're just a group of gamers that like to go around, hang out at arcades. We used to hang out at Makerspace, etc.
Swap meets.
Swap meets. Yeah.
So now you mentioned to me pretty recently something about maybe doing a convention at some point.
We're still trying
Yes.
to put it all together.
We're trying to figure out what to do and how to do it.
Well, every convention promoter I've ever spoken with said it is a major pain in the ass. It's super stressful, rewarding, fun, and it's great to get the community together, but very difficult. So I would imagine some of your hesitancy maybe is tied to that, perhaps.
Yes, and just the financial responsibility involved with it.
Right, you got to make sure you at least break even.
At least. And from what I've been told by several promoters and several people that have done this, first year's a loss.
Yeah, right. So you got to make sure you maybe get some financial backing or just, have a plan going forward to, if you do have a loss, kind of a way to make up those funds or donors, something,
Something.
Right. So Cherie, you work here at Arcade 92 and you've been doing this for over a year now?
Yes.
That is awesome. And you repair machines?
Yes.
Now, you told me recently a really interesting way you got into this. You didn't know how to do this for many years back.
I had no idea anything about arcade machines and how they worked and stuff like that. But I decided that in order to talk to these guys who are all into IT.
Nerds!
Yes. In order to talk to all these guys in IT, I put myself through school for electronics technician. And then I had already met Michael, the owner of the arcade,
right, through
booking the meetups for DRG. Mm-hmm. And so whenever he said he was opening this location, I said I wanted a job. He already had me planned, had me in mind. So,
that's amazing. You just decided to learn something. You didn't have a background in electronics or anything like that.
No
You just
idea.
took it on and you do it. And now you're out here fixing. You said you fixed Tempest just recently.
We have fixed Tempest. I work on the pinball machines. I work on the arcades, both retro and modern.
Right.
Some of the consoles I work on, I'm not really good at that yet.
Man, somebody over here is making noise. Okay, so you haven't started. You're not doing console repair yet.
Not yet.
Right.
Not yet.
So
that's one thing I haven't learned. But
what is the biggest issue with like keeping pinballs and arcades in repair? Like, what is a common issue with arcades, and what is a common issue with pinballs?
Usually a common issue with pinballs is the flippers they always break.
Uh-huh.
Because, kids do that whole
Just
whacking.
pounding
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, so flippers break a lot. I have to change the brackets on them and stuff. Some of the solenoids go out. A lot of the soldering joints or whatever come loose
Right.
just from the wear and tear.
Light guns.
Light guns,
The
yeah.
light guns.
So light gun
The
games are
triggers break
really
light guns.
like House of the Dead. And,
So ours, the trigger isn't broken. It actually had a severed wire. Like
For which game?
The light gun for the Play Choice 10.
oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
But
So you
other
play
than
Hogan's
that-
Alley and Duck Hunt and stuff.
Yeah, for the retro arcades and stuff like that, it's mostly like loose buttons and connections coming loose on
Yeah.
the joysticks and stuff.
Right.
Some of it is board work and monitors. Monitors go out pretty good.
Right.
Those are a pain.
Well,
I'm still learning those.
Right. Well, I saw your office the other day. You gave me the backroom tour, and that was really cool. It's really neat and it's very impressive. So, as a guy who's like not mechanically inclined at all, I can't even say it. I'm very impressed by that. All right, guys. So, what do you see for DRG moving forward? Just more friendships, more hanging out, and if someone has never been to a DRG meetup, what would you want to tell them about it? The main thing, like it's the games, obviously, but beyond that.
Just come and hang out with us.
Right.
Here in the near future, we are expanding into other social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, possibly YouTube.
Right.
You know,
Oh, it'd be great to have a DRG YouTube channel. That'd be cool.
Right, and kind of like with the YouTube idea that I'm working with is to have members, instead of creating their own channel, maybe we can get together and collaborate and do
Showcasing members and stuff
showcasing
like
members,
that.
Oh, that'd be cool,
showcasing
yeah.
collections. We want to do things a little bit. I don't want to give too much away,
Right.
but just do things a little bit different than what you see on your standard YouTube channels.
Yeah, you got to stand out a little bit and kind of make a niche.
We
Right.
want the community to all be involved with each other and everybody work as a team and just come out and hang out and do their thing. We got resellers, we got arcade owners, we got business owners, we got all kinds of people in here. We got collectors, we got players, we got
Yeah, and you can get some really good deals.
We've got people that are in all kinds of industries that can do all kinds of things that can help us, and we want to. How do I word this? We want them to be involved.
Right.
We want to showcase what they can do. Maybe
Yeah.
not necessarily in video games. Maybe someone can help us out. Hey, we're thinking about changing the logo. Hey, I'm a graphics artist.
Right.
Well, here you go.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Showcase what people can do.
Yeah.
And sit down. Like, one thing I've noticed with a lot of YouTubers is they like to talk to other YouTubers.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you, don't think I'm talking about you. It's just,
Yeah.
But YouTubers just tend to hang out with other YouTubers.
Yeah, I can be guilty of that sometimes.
Right. But we want to go deeper than that. We just
Yeah.
kind of want to be like, oh, Cherie, you do arcades. You're
Right.
not a YouTuber, but hey, I would like you to be on this channel.
You're a YouTuber. You're not a YouTuber.
No.
Then you are nothing.
No.
JK.
I don't do cameras half the time.
Right.
So we just kind of want to sit down with other just regular Joes
Yeah.
that don't normally, are on a channel or do
Right.
anything, and we just want to say, what got you into gaming?
Yeah.
Your collection's huge, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I really like interviews on my channel. They don't always get the most views, but they're so much fun to do because it's basically just talking and hanging out with people of like-minded interest and just happen to have the camera on you. So,
Right.
so it's a lot of
And
fun.
a lot of people tend to freak out with the camera on.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I went to school for it, so
Right.
it's not a big deal for me.
Oh, believe me, when I first started YouTubing a few years ago, I would be at home by myself recording a video and I'd be nervous. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Deep breaths.
Yeah, and it just do it a few times and you get used to it. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I'm gonna get back in there and play some more D&D pinball. And my son just scored over 300 million on that machine, which is amazing.
Nice.
So yeah, he destroyed my high score, even though that's my machine. But anyway, thanks guys, and good luck with DRG moving forward. And guys, if you have not checked out the Facebook page for Dallas Retro Gamers, get on there, comment, and like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I'm gonna go back in the arcade. Thanks guys. Another vendor in the trading room has just showed up and brought some Switch stuff and really nice assortment of Game Boy Colors there.
Yeah, we'll talk.
and a copy of Drunk Hunt. Say that carefully. This is a flask. And another vendor has entered the room. Unmarked games, $8 each, or 3 for $20. And I noticed most of these are unmarked, so it's some pretty good deals here. Now, guys, I was just reading about this game, and it had not that favorable of reviews, but you know, who can say without actually playing it? I've never played that one, but I'm looking for some new 360 games that I've added to my collection. Cars 2. I thought the Cars 2 movie was kind of pointless because the first Cars movie I loved because of the whole Route 66 thing, and then the Cars 2, you know, when you don't have that anymore, I don't know. Ooh, that's a great little twofer there. I loved when they boxed those together like that. Really cool. Mighty Number 9. I like this game quite a bit. It's kind of got that Mega Man feel to it. Resident Evil 5. Not a bad game, but definitely a step down from 4, the greatness of 4. Bulletstorm sounds like a bullet hell game, but it looks like it's not. Maybe it's a first-person shooter, perhaps? I don't know. Hey guys, that about wraps it up at Arcade 92 for me anyway. I did pick up Resident Evil 4, the remaster for the PS4, since I've been playing the GameCube version and wanted to try this one out. Guys, I've got a full walkthrough of this arcade on my channel. I will link to that. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been to a Dallas Retro Gamers meetup or Arcade 92, or what kind of meetups do you have going on in your city. I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and all that fun stuff. We'll talk to you later.